What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Real Picks. This is going to be my best bet segment of the week. I'm just going to be giving you guys some of my most confident picks and plays to hopefully get you guys some money this weekend if you plan on betting any of the fights. Usually, what I'll do week by week is I'll gather all my most confident picks and I'll list them all together on a sheet. And before fight day, I'll pick and choose what plays and what picks I want to use in a parlay, and might make a couple parlays for the week. I'm usually, like I said before, I'm picking at like a 61% hit rate, and week by week I always tend to come out green when it comes to profit, when it comes to betting. And that's part of the reason why I made this channel. I just want to interact with the community, and I've been watching this sport since literally March of 2020. I remember where I was at when I started watching this. The pandemic had just started, and I believe there was a fight card the weekend of the pandemic, and I think it got canceled. But after that, that period of time, I just started watching UFC consistently week by week, and now I don't miss a card. And it's almost been 5 years, and over that time, I've really built up. I'm not gonna say I'm like the most knowledgeable on MMA and like I said before, the X's and O's. But what I do know is I know how to pick a fight. I know how to pick a winner, and I know kind of by the eye test and very light research who is probably gonna come out the victor in most of these matchups. All right, let's start off. My first best bet is going to be a Shar Magomedov money line. Now this pick is very wide. It's coming in at minus 550. Pretty big favorite. Like I said, we're not betting any of these. Just singly. If you want to place a single bet money line on Shar Magomedov at minus 550, that's all you. Like I said, I'm just putting together my best bets and choosing which ones I want to use for the parlay. And Shar Magomedov coming in at minus 550. His opponent is coming in off 3 days' notice. I think this is pretty reasonable. Pretty reasonable odds, not too wide. Antonio Tricoli, he's a large guy for the division, and I don't know if the size is going to give Magomedov any issues, but assuming it won't be, this is a pretty, decent odds for this pick. My next best bet is Renat Vakhridinov money line coming in at minus 350. I think people are asleep on. I thought Vakhridinov was going to be a bigger favorite, and I know he went to a draw in his last fight. He gassed a little bit towards the end. Let Elizeu Zaleski, come back enough to make it a draw. I don't think Renat is going to make the same mistake. I think Renat's a monster. We've seen him, give a lot of good guys problems. He finished Kevin Lee. He beat Brian Battle. He took Brian Battle to decision and won. And we see how good that's aged. Brian Battle's looking like a top 15 contender at this time right now. Vakhridinov, I think he's a really, really, I think he's a contender, man. And I think people are asleep on him just because he came off the draw. I think he's going to come in here. I think he has what it takes to finish Dalby. I really do. And if not finish him, I think he's going to win it, all 3 rounds. I can see him winning a 30-27 decision. I don't see Dalby being able to, give Vakhridinov any issues on the feet, on the ground. Vakhridinov, I'm a big Vakhridinov guy. I think he can do some special things in this league. And that's why he's my next best bet. And he's definitely going to be thrown in a parlay. I have high confidence in Vakhridinov to get it done. Now this next one, Sergey Pavlovich money line at minus 225. Those are good odds for Pavlovich. I would even consider, if you didn't want to throw Pavlovich in a parlay and you just wanted to place some money on him in a single bet, I wouldn't even be mad at it. Pavlovich at minus 225, not too wide. I think Pavlovich is hands down, gonna make this fight his own. And I know he can impose his will, especially on Alexander Volkov, who's not the the most powerful puncher. He's very technical, but I think Pavlovich is coming back to prove a point. I watched the interview with him online, and he really feels like the divisions moved past him, and he wants to send a message. And I think, regardless of their prior friendship before this fight, I think Pavlovich is coming to remind people why he was the scariest guy in the division last year. And at minus 225, I think that's a really strong parlay piece, or just single bet if you want to, lay some money on that. Okay. Next is a prop pick, and this one is Pavlovich versus Volkov, not going the distance. And just to let you guys know, I'm betting on BetMGM. I'm out here in Las Vegas on BetMGM Sportsbook. Just so you guys know, if none of these bets are coming up, I'm just giving you guys the odds and the specific bets that I'm playing out here in Vegas on the BetMGM Sportsbook. And next we have Pavlovich versus Volkov, will not go the distance, coming in at a minus 450. I think this is almost a lock. And at minus 450, like I said, pretty wide odds, but it's going to be a good parlay piece, because I think this is a parlay piece you can maybe throw in a couple parlays. I don't see how this goes the distance. Sergey Pavlovich, I believe all his fights have, haven't left the first round. I don't think any of his fights have left the first round. I might be wrong about that, but I'll do a quick check before I upload this video. But I don't think any of his fights have left the first round. And both of these guys have been finished. Both of these guys can finish, and I don't think I've seen a picture of Pavlovich circulating from fight week, and man, he's huge. He definitely put on a little bit more muscle, if that's even possible, a little bit more weight, and I think he's coming to do damage to Volkov. And I think Volkov, I don't think Pavlovich is going to be able to go all three if he's not able to finish Volkov in the first or second. And that's where I think Volkov can possibly get the finish too if it goes to a third, and we see a gas Pavlovich, not able to, keep up. And that's why I think this bet's a lock. This fight, I don't think it's going the distance at all. All right, another prop piece. We have Johnny Walker versus Volkan Oezdemir. Now this one is a medium confidence. This is not a high confidence prop bet. Walker and Oezdemir, I don't see it going the distance. That's why I added it to my betting pool. But there is a chance that it can go the distance. I know Walker took Anthony Smith to a decision. But it's usually, with these guys, they're either, finishing somebody or getting finished. And that's why, I think Johnny Walker's coming back, with a new attitude and trying to get back on track. Oezdemir hasn't fought in a while. He's going to want to get back on track. I think these guys are going to want to send a message to the division. And I think somebody's going out either by knockout or by submission. I definitely don't see this going all three. And the one with the highest, widest odds, and for a good reason, we have Brandon Ribeiro versus Magomed G. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name. That might be one of the most difficult last names that I've seen in this whole roster. Brandon Ribeiro versus Magomed G will not go the distance. Now we all know that's why this this coming in at a minus 750. These guys are finishers. Killer be killed. Ribeiro, got finished in the first round by Ming Yang Zhang his last fight. And let's see, Magomed. My bad, guys. Yeah, man. Let's see. Magomed. He will take you to a decision. And he can go all three rounds if needed. But at the same time, I'm of a strong belief that Brandon Ribeiro is going to want to make up for his last fight, and he's going to come out guns blazing. He's a real powerful guy, real heavy shots, and he can finish anybody in the division. This fight's definitely not going to the scorecards, and that's why I have this on my best bets. All right, and the last best bet, we have Kelvin Gastelum versus Daniel Rodriguez goes to decision. Now, I made this, pick before this morning where this, I was online and saw that this fight's going to be held at 185 instead of 170. Kelvin Gastelum was having a lot of trouble with his weight. And that's why I would not, bet Kelvin Gastelum money line on this card. If you plan on doing that, you might want to hedge your bet and get your money back because, Gastelum's having issues on the scale again. I know he's known to have issues on the scale in the past, and we just don't know how that's going to affect him. And I saw online that he said he had a really tough training camp. If you planned on betting Kelvin Gastelum based off his last couple of performances and, you saw a little spark of light, with him being able to maybe make a, move at revitalizing his career, you might want to take a second look and see how this fight plays out at 185. I don't know, man. I don't know how Rodriguez is going to look at 185 too. He's not having a cut either. And this kind of just throws this whole fight into the unknown. You just really don't know which way to go with it. But I'm still going to bet this prop. The fight goes the distance. Guess I'm at a tough training camp. We don't know too much about Rodriguez's training camp. But this is a iffy pick. I'm not sure if I'm going to add it to the parlay anymore. But we'll just have to see how it plays out. But Kelvin Gastelum versus Daniel Rodriguez going the distance. Both of these guys are more majority going to the scorecard fighters. They can finish, but it's not something that happens too often. And I'm pretty confident in this one hitting the scorecards. But there we go. If I have any updated picks or bets, I'm going to upload them on the community tab of my channel. I'm very new to this. This is my first weekend making videos. I just want to interact with you guys, being able to share my picks and thoughts. Please leave a comment and let me know you guys' locks of the week, your best bets. As the weeks go by, I'm going to start doing more segments. I'm going to have a lock of the week segment. I'm going to just keep getting better at shooting these videos and just being able to talk to the camera and, sharing whatever knowledge I do have on picking fights and making bets with you guys on YouTube. But thank you for watching, and leave a like and subscribe and tune in for more.